Author Leonard Clifton is ahead of his time creating the Last Prince of Atlantis Chronicles.
Leonard Clifton,
The Last Prince of Atlantis book series and documentary will inspire the world to dream bigger. Hail Atlantis!
Where
Atlantis forever.
Here, book one, I have a book signing, so there's still copies of books. We're told that the books are selling, and book two is another shipment is coming. So come, grab a signed copy. And I'm just super honored and just still thrilled just meeting Aaron Covington from Black Panther, Creed, Wakanda Forever. And I'm thankful for everything that is occurring right now with the Last Prince of Atlantis Chronicles. So come, grab a copy, and let me know what you think. Thanks for the support, Atlantis. I wrote this 10 years ago, and now this is about to turn to a film. It's Black Panther meets Aquaman meets Percy Jackson. When I traveled to Africa, Greece, Australia. I have a documentary too. When I was in Australia, they started filming the first Aquaman. So I always been ahead. I always been ahead. I just didn't have the Warner Brothers money, but now it's developing.
This is our first year, so
I'm in a documentary. It's a lot of stuff, but now you know I exist. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, sir. Pleasure to meet you, sir. Pleasure.
Word migration become a part of it?
That's a great question, Aaron. Well, we made a choice, right? Like, we made a choice because in the we're gonna get real nerdy now. I guess it's the place. So you know, like Atlantis has it's like considered public domain, the concept of it, right? It was a lot of times this specifically to be tied like to Plato, Greco-Roman philosopher.
Just the idea of an Atlantis.
Yeah, he named it. It was, he wrote about this place that was kind of like an island or a continent that ran afoul of the gods or did some scientific and got sunk, and disappeared. And that's been adopted through a lot of Western literature. It was a cartoon that came off Disney Animation in the '90s for those of y'all who remember that. And there's also like television about it in comics. Both DC and Marvel had their versions of it, right? For DC it's Aquaman, and they got a whole Atlantis myth that he comes from that basically like it's like basically Plato's deal. In the Marvel version, which predated that version, the Atlanteans were a different species, like Homo romanus. They were like an offshoot that could have possibly been aliens that settled here, aquatic aliens. But there were another breed of people who settled in the sunken city that Plato wrote about. And Namor was half of that ancestry and half of a human, we're making a movie that was like after Aquaman had come out, and also like we knew we were going to deal with real cultures, and like we didn't want to have it be like another species of person or something like that, because like that inherently would attach like dehumanization to people who have been dehumanized traditionally through the media. So we wanted to do away with that, and so for us it was like, okay, let's have these people be human, you know what I mean, and who have to alter themselves in order to move, because that felt to us like a great allegory for when you have to migrate, learn a new language, put on new clothes, you become something else in order to survive. So once we kind of settled on that, and it became like a migration story, that was when the idea entered the lexicon for us.
So that was really early.
It's fairly early, yeah.
So they built. Did they inhabit the city or did they build the city?
Built it. In our movie, they built it.
That's a difference.
Yes.
Other things, it's a sunken city that's inhabited.
Yeah.
And this one is built.
They built it.
By these people.
That's correct.
That's amazing. So I see this movie, Wakanda Forever, I texted you this. It's like a historical epic to me. It makes me think of like Last of the Mohicans or like Gladiator. Like it's telling a story. This is the war that the Wakandans, you know, met these other people and we had a new Black Panther. Like that's what it feels like to me. And it's the first Marvel movie where